Welcome, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us on the preparation call for your Apprentice final round interviews. Thank you for making it this far. We're going to walk you through what you can expect on the day, a bit of understanding Microsoft history and culture, a bit of housekeeping as well, how you should prepare, and how can you have any questions for us or anything that you would like to understand a bit further. But first, let me do a quick check-in. So I am Melissa, one of your hosts today. I'm a university recruiting manager, account manager. I've been here since 2016, and something fun about me that you may not know is that I'm from Peru and I love to travel. I've been to 46 countries and I keep counting. And I'd love to introduce my colleague, Kenny.
Hi, nice to meet you also. I'm Kenny Smiles Latte, a university recruiter for UK and Germany. And I've been at Microsoft since December 2020. Fun fact, I've spent a night in a Namibian desert in a tent with animals around in the night, but I mean that's a different story. Let's focus on our call today. Over to you, Melly.
Very cool. Thank you, Kenny. So let's talk a little bit about the history, the vision, and the culture of Microsoft. I wonder if any of you may or may not know who these two people are in this picture, but actually, we're talking about Bill Gates and Paul Allen in 1975 when Microsoft was just a startup. So these two guys actually had an ambitious idea to improve personal computing. It was a huge feat at that time, which took great perseverance and courage, which ultimately resulted in what we know to be Microsoft today. What fueled the company then is the same as it is today, a passion for learning and innovating. And as we grew, Microsoft now operates in 190 countries around the world. 60% of our employees are located in the USA, where the head office is situated. However, I think what's interesting here is that this means that we're operating in almost every single country in the world. How did we do that, you would may ask? Is we did that by creating products and services that people love. So let's take a closer look at what that is. We're talking about a little bit about the breadth and the scale of Microsoft. So first of all, we have more than 1.4 billion of devices running on Windows 10 or our newly launched Windows 11. We have almost the same amount, more than 1.4 billion of software and services donated worldwide to help nonprofit orgs. So this gives you a bit of insight of what we do and how we also share our software and services across the world. In 2021, and we're already way more than that, we have 145 million Microsoft Teams users worldwide, which is the technology that we're using right now and the technology you will use during your interview process. A very interesting one is that Microsoft has a matching donation policy. What that means is that Microsoft will gladly donate or match, dollar per dollar up to $15,000 a year per employee through its employee giving program. So any donation you want to make to any organization, nonprofit, let's say you donate $100, then Microsoft will donate another 100. So that organization will get to 100, and that's something that you can do every year up to 15,000.
All right, Satya Nadella. I'm sure most of you recognize Satya Nadella. So Satya Nadella was, or is, or became CEO of Microsoft in 2014. Now, most of you, if you've already heard, associate Satya Nadella with refresh, the transformation of the Microsoft culture. So during 2014, before 2014, there was a lot of change. The world was growing so fast, and in the words of Satya, we needed to rediscover our soul and transform our culture. We needed to find out who we were. We needed to find out how we could be able to empower the world and organizations around. So the whole transformative culture came into place. If we move on to the next slide, we would see Microsoft's mission. Now, I'm sure most of you know what Microsoft's mission is to empower every person in every organization on the planet to achieve more. What does that mean? Basically, the same thing, as simple as it is, to empower every person now through our technologies, through our products and services on the market. We want to try and empower everyone and every organization to achieve more. Shall we move on to the next slide? So on the next slide, you would see our culture. Now, under our culture, I think we could just move on to all those factors under our culture. You would see five factors under our culture. You'd have growth mindset, customer obsession, diversity, inclusion, or diverse and inclusive, one Microsoft, and making a difference. Now, again, growth mindset is a topic that is all over. What does growth mindset mean? Growth mindset is just about being curious, being able to learn, making mistakes, taking risks, learning out of whatever mistakes that you do, accepting failure, accepting feedback, learning from feedback, also leveraging ideas from other people and not letting these ideas diminish what your own ideas are. So that's basically growth mindset. Being curious, learn, take risks, take responsibility, having feedback, learning from feedback. Now, customer obsession. What does customer obsession mean? I mean, a lot of people would say obsession. Oh my goodness, that's a negative word because you're being obsessed with something. But under customer obsession, we were talking about being able to understand your customers' needs, being able to understand your customers' challenges, and being able to provide the best solution possible to help your customer, right? So that's basically customer obsession. We come to the point of diversity and inclusion. Again, if you remember, our mission statement is about empowering every person in every organization on the planet. So every person, irrespective of whatever background you're coming from, irrespective of whatever ability you have or might not have, we try to empower you through our various innovative technologies and services. Of course, we also do our best to try and hire diverse. So we have a diverse workforce. We also have employee resource groups at the company that seek to empower people from different backgrounds. One Microsoft is just about being together, having a common goal, having a common mission, and trying to empower people through our mission. And then the last one is about making a difference. So making a difference is about leveraging our innovative technologies we have on the market, products and our services to empower people to do more. I always give a simple example as Microsoft Word. If you were to be writing, I don't know, your master thesis, bachelor thesis, or whatever program you are in, you use Microsoft Word to write, right? And I guess now what's on the market now is AI. There's AI everywhere. There's Copilot. And through all these innovations, we are trying to make a difference worldwide. Thank you.
Thank you, Kenny. So a bit of housekeeping for everyone. One of the things during the day that we want you to feel comfortable with is your technology. If you are invited, for example, to do your interviews over Teams, then you will need to make sure that you have a good Wi-Fi, that you know how to connect and use those links. I recommend that you try this before the day so that you're not running around that day 5 minutes before your interview and something is not working. So just make sure you're comfortable, that you're in a space that is quiet, so that there's no background noise and people can really hear you. Another important thing is to dress professionally. Now in Microsoft, we're not necessarily all wearing suits or ties. You're not seeing us wearing that. But what that means is that, smart casual. We want you to feel comfortable, but also, be respectful of the people that you're meeting. Another important thing is to make sure that you have your video on. So we want to see who you are. We want to be able to interact, and that technology that we have enables us to do that through video. So please make sure that you have that on. Now, what should you expect in the day, and how should you prepare? First of all, at the beginning of the day, you'll still always have the opportunity to do a check in with your recruiter. So, my colleague Kenny, for example, might be during the day. You might have other people on the day that will be introduced to you as well. And they'll just make sure that you're online, that they do a quick recap of the agenda, that you know what links you should be using, that you're ready for that. So just so if it helps to calm your nerves, the first thing is not assessed. It's just to make sure that we have that check in and we know that you feel comfortable for the rest of the day. Then you will have two 30-minute interviews. These interviews will be focused on your strengths, your motivation to work for us, and your understanding of our values. And we're going to go through that a little bit more. That means that you will be meeting two different people throughout the day. So when we're talking about your motivation, what are some things you should be thinking about? You should be thinking about, why did I apply to Microsoft? What is it about their culture, their mission, their products that excite me? We expect you to be able to think about that, and in the answers that you give, convey that interest for the company. Also, we're curious to see, why did you choose a technology company? Even if the role you're applying is not necessarily 100% involved with technology, if you get into Microsoft, you will be working in a technology company. So we expect you to understand, why we work with certain products, what is our purpose? So why did you choose technology? And finally, why did you apply for that particular role? What caught your attention? How, maybe previous skills, something you may have studied, some people you may have met interest you about that role. So these are the things that we want you to think about, and make sure that you are conveying that during your interviews. Finally, strengths interview, how to prepare. So, what does that mean when we say a strengths interview? So, we want you to think about what you've enjoyed the most from your previous projects, school experience, volunteering opportunities, part time jobs, anything, but really focus on where you felt that you were strong during that time. So, meaning, where you really were able to show your passion to do this well. So, think about that as you're preparing for your interviews, and prepare a list of examples. Having list of examples of different things that you have done where it shows your strengths will help you get ready for those interviews. We want you to be able to demonstrate your knowledge, your skills, and your passion for technology while you're getting asked those questions. And the other really important thing is to back up your answers with evidence. So they'll ask you a question, and this is where you have an opportunity to not just say, "Oh, yes, I like this," or this is where you should say, "I like this, but I can show you I like it because I've done it before, because I've done it in this way. This is where I demonstrate my strength." So always think about trying to back up your answers with evidence.
Last but definitely not least, show up with confidence. Let's see your energy. Be excited about the role. I would also say be yourself. All right. We want to get to know the personality behind you, because we always say once you join the team, you're working with people, and right, it's not just about work, but it's about the relationship you have with your team. So just be yourself. Don't be afraid to ask clarifying questions, right? Hiring managers are excited to see people ask questions about the role. Try to be curious. We talked about growth mindset, and be honest, right? Don't lie, right? If you're asked a certain question, hey, listen, can you do X, Y, Z? And you say, yes, I can do it. And then you join your team, and you're asked to do whatever job you're supposed to be doing. And you just say, hey, sorry, I lied, I can't do it. It's quite bad, right? So just be honest, and be yourself. If we could move on to the next slide, we would be talking about feedback, right? So again, we appreciate your time and your energy and your commitment to joining the assessment center. It's also our commitment to get back to you with feedback. So feedback will be given to you within a week. You know, you wouldn't be receiving that standard email that says, "Hey, you got the job," or "No, you didn't get the job." We would be giving you a call, or I would be giving you a call to give you positive or negative feedback, and I guess that should help, right? So if you don't hear back from me within a week, happy for you to drop me an email. and we could talk about it.
Thanks, Kenny. So questions. In general, if you have any questions, you will definitely be getting an invite from our colleague Ivy Kaima. So she's going to be the one that has probably already sent you the invitation to participate, has confirmed when you can participate. So you can make sure to relate your questions to her. Anything that wasn't clear through this presentation, anything that you're unsure about in the emails we have sent. And another really important thing is we want to make sure everyone feels comfortable. So if you require any adjustments or any special support during your interview process, you can also let us know via email and we will be happy to arrange this for you. So please make sure that you feel comfortable sharing that with us. And finally, we want to wish you the best of luck and to enjoy this experience. And thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Have a nice one.